Hello and welcome to the podcast for assessment task 1 of develop and use complex spreadsheets. Now this assessment task is asking you to create a loan calculator for Dr. Brian Kennedy. Now what we're looking for you to do is to create a table that is going to automatically calculate his repayments over a period of 15 years. Now we're going to have to do this with an interest rate set at 7.5%, but as we know, interest rates do change, so we do need to have it so it sets up that you will automatically, if you change the interest rate, it'll automatically update payment information and all that sort of thing. So what essentially we need to do is draw up a simple spreadsheet design or layout. Now I'm going to show you one that I prepared a little bit earlier. Okay, so it should look a little something like this. Nice and simple. It doesn't have to be too fancy. Of course, if you wanted to have it looking a different way, you're more than welcome to do that as well. Now, what you need to do is to create basically using some formulas and functions. You need to basically do it so that it automatically updates and adjusts to any payment information that you put in there. So what we basically need to do is to just make sure that you've got the right sort of functions in place. Now, to make it a little bit simpler for you, I'm going to show you what the figures should actually come to at the very end. I'm not going to show you the formulas that are used behind that, other than to say that there's a series of formulas in there that use absolute cell references, which are the ones with the dollar signs, and also mixed cell references. What it does, you will need to do is format each of the cells to make sure it picks up the right information. And as you can see, if I change the percentage rate in there, it'll change it across the balance of the loan. We can change that to anything. So I'll be looking to see or your assessor will be looking to see that yours does the similar sort of thing. Now once you've put it together, you'll see that it talks about a rough plan of your spreadsheet, explain how you plan to calculate the monthly repayment, how you plan to calculate the amount still owing at the end of the year, and explain your plan to enter data for years 2 to 15. For these, I would suggest completing the assessment first of all. So get your table set up, make sure it's all working properly. Then what you can do is enter into this the formulas that you used to update the information. So for instance, here you might say I would, and these aren't the correct answers, but you could say I would subtract A16 minus B6. Now, as I say, they're not the right answers, obviously, but what you're looking to do is essentially just explaining how you're working out how it decreases year on year. Now, of course, if you've got any questions, feel free to shoot us a line on the forums, or of course you can get in touch with your assessor through the agreed means. With this assessment, I would suggest if you're getting stuck that you do use the forum. It's a wonderful resource to help each other with. And for a lot of people, this Excel unit will be maybe a little bit trickier because you maybe aren't as used to Excel, or you might be the opposite way. You might find this really, really easy because you use Excel all the time. Either way, jumping on the forums and helping each other out is going to be a big, big advantage in this particular unit. Okay, if you've got any questions at all, like I say, jump onto those forums, or of course you can get in touch with your assessor through the agreed methods. Until next time, best of luck with your assessments.